22 years ago in Fitchburg, Wisconsin, John Winchester, distraught and seemingly under duress, urges someone to take his infant son, Sam, outside as Mary Winchester cries nearby. In the present, Dean and Sam Winchester search for their missing father, arriving in Fitchburg, Wisconsin, sensing an evil presence. They investigate a local hospital where children are suffering from a rare pneumonia that defies treatment and causes immune system failure. Dean notices an open window in one of the children's rooms, suggesting something entered that way. At a motel, Sam researches Striga online, finding no mention in their father's journal, but discovering an Albanian witch called Striga. This reminds the brothers of a case their father worked 16 to 18 years ago in Fort Douglas, Wisconsin, involving a similar creature. Sam's research reveals that the creature they're hunting is a Striga, an Albanian witch that feeds on spiritus vitae, or breath of life, draining its victim's vitality. These legends date back to ancient Rome. They realize the Striga prefers to feed on children due to their stronger life force. Dean recalls their father's notes, stating that the Striga is invulnerable to all weapons except consecrated wrought iron, which is effective only while it's feeding. The brothers deduced that the victims' houses surround the hospital, leading them to investigate. At the hospital, they encounter an old woman whose face briefly contorts into a monstrous visage, but they are interrupted by noise and move on. Later at the motel, Dean notices a sick boy, Michael, who reminds him of a past encounter with a similar creature in Fort Douglas, Wisconsin. Dean realizes that Michael is now in danger. The brothers realize one of the doctors from the 1893 photo from Black River Falls is Hedek. Dean, understanding that the Striga likely disguises itself as someone trustworthy, breaks into the doctor's house, finds the Striga feeding on a child, Asher, and wounds it with a consecrated weapon. This triggers a flashback of a hunt with their father and a young Sam, where John considered abandoning hunting due to the danger. Dean decides to take Sam to Pastor Jim's, as he recalls that is where his father took them to keep them safe in the past. Dean, desperate to protect Michael, decides that he must be the bait, despite Sam's reservations. Dean convinces a frightened Michael that he needs his help to kill the monster that attacked Asher, explaining that it has to be him because it will see through any adult. Dean lays out the plan. Michael will hide under the bed while they stake out his room with night vision cameras, assuring him they won't let anything happen to him and promising they won't shoot him. They set up the surveillance and reassure Michael one last time before preparing for the hunt. As the Striga attacks, Dean and Sam burst into the room and fire upon it. But the monster manages to pin Sam to the bed and begins feeding on him. Dean shoots the Striga, forcing it to retreat. Afterward, they encounter Michael's mother, Joanna, who is relieved to find her son safe. They learn that Dr. Hedek is out sick, while Dr. Travis says Asher will be kept for observation in the ward, which he says will be a ghost town. As they leave, Sam expresses a longing for the innocence Michael has, a sentiment Dean echoes. The Winchester brothers then drive away from the motel.